amount of disk space here. He had no fight. He had no fight. He basically what's the word? Trembled and cowered at the schemes and the threat of these little, what should I call them? Like pretty tyrants? Is that what you call a woman who, who is pretty and polished and refined and fake and tyrannical? You know, pretty tyrants. You know? I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. I would say gentle tyrants, but they're not exactly gentle. I mean, they're physically gentle, but they're like psychologically and emotionally brutal, basically. Gentle doesn't really resonate. Pretty tyrants, dainty tyrants. Yeah, something along those lines. I haven't really arrived at the exact right description. Obviously, this is just my take on things. I could be out in left. I could be 300 yards out in left field. God knows I spend a lot of time out in left field. So maybe I'm out in left field here, but you know, if you're living under these conditions, my advice would be to simply honor the gender that God made you. You know, and men were born to fight. We were made to fight. So don't give up the fight. Don't be seduced with this. Be positive and be nice. Be nice, because that's a strategy. That's a strategy of control. That's you know, that's they call that one way to describe that is just sleepwalking to the guillotine, right? All the way to the guillotine, they're telling people, hey, we're taking you to a nice restaurant. We're going to take you to watch the sunset. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. You're going to love this place. And then you get there and you're like, hey, what's that big giant wooden thing with the sharp blade? Oh, what's that for? Oh, well, that's for chopping up the hay. But here, hey, come up on here. I'll show it to you. I'll describe it to you how it works. And that's what they do. That's what they do. That's what manipulators and schemers and basically physically, psychologically, emotionally, and especially intellectually weak people do. Is they sleepwalk you to the guillotine, and they take a lot of satisfaction, a lot of self-assurance, and a lot of self-congratulation from the fact that they get things done quietly. And they smile the entire time they're doing it. So it is patently evil. Patently. It's evil, top to bottom, side to side, front to back, inside to outside. It's evil. It is evil, 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 evil. But that's what they do. That's what manipulators do. They're disingenuous. They're fake. They're oftentimes, more often than not, they are perfect and polished. What's the phrase I started this out with? Something polished and I can't remember, but it's the opposite of raw and organic. They are the opposite of raw and organic. You never really know what they're thinking because they're always scheming, right? It's like it's not that they're always doing something evil. It's just their natural state of existence is a scheming existence. So they just naturally inclined to scheme. Honestly, God is my witness. My sisters remind me of I get this very reptilian vibe, reptilian energy from them, and half the time it just seems like I look at them and they're like sitting there talking, like barely moving their mouth, because everything's a scheme. Even when it doesn't need to be a scheme. Or they're like in some shadow of some room or some corner somewhere, just like. I call it a whisper court, or no, I don't call it a whisper court. It's known as a whisper court, so when you hear people talking under their breath like that, the only thing you hear is or the thing that you hear most predominantly are the S's, right? So that's what it sounds like. So it's like a den of snakes, right? So I don't know if that's where I get the reptilian vibe from, or reptilian. I don't know. I mean. Look, this is just raw and organic, folks. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying what I think. God help me. You know, because if you're not refined and polished, sometimes they come and haul you off because you know, you're not saying things that are in the mainstream, and they start throwing the C word at you, right? You're crazy! You're crazy! You need to take medication! You need professional help! You know, you're saying things that I ain't never heard nobody say before. That means you're crazy. You know, and that's what happens. That's basically been the entire history of my life. You're crazy! You ain't allowed to say that. That is crazy. You never heard nobody say that before. It's like, well, it's an original thought. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should try having original thoughts sometime. Actually, it's quite exciting. You know, the world is an amazing place, and I don't think those two bozos over there got it all figured out. You know, bozos in suits, bozos in suits, bozos in suits. The world is full of bozos in suits, running around talking like they got everything figured out. It's like, no, you don't. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. I mean, you might know a lot about this subject, but you don't have it all figured out. So that's it, folks. That's my raw and organic accounting of my life. I hope it helps somebody, one person, a little bit, somewhere. God bless everybody, and have a peaceful and raw and organic life. Bye-bye.